Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Laurel Park. Naomi Tucker joined, as usual, by Keith Fusel. We are set for yet another stunning day here. Keith, the sun is out. We couldn't be luckier.
How about it? Beautiful day. Driving in here and looking at this track, the sun is shining. I think we're going to get around 70 today. So, yeah, if you can make it out to the track, please do so. A good, highly competitive card. I know we're off the turf, but those races stayed pretty much intact. Good value, I think, awaits us. Yesterday, we had some really great payouts. That early pick 4, 9,000. Early pick 5, 33,000. Was one ticket. Late pick 5, 4,000. So hop on, get on board, and I think we're going to have some good prices again today.
I agree. Competitive fields are lined up here. 10 races coming your way. But, of course, tomorrow, we're all looking forward to the big stakes day. Federico Tessio, as well as Weber City Miss. Look, those two races, of course, headlining here. Federico Tessio winning, you're in for the Preakness. Weber City Miss winning, you're in for the Black Eyed Susan. And in that Federico Tessio, a bit of a rematch between the 1-2 in the private terms. Of course, we know Shake 'em Loose really jumped up in class. It was claimed for $16,000 by Rudy Sanchez-Solomon. And then Joe, for trainer Michael Trombetta, had a bit of trouble trying to get out. But when he started running, really trying to find Shake 'em Loose, couldn't get to him in time. So we'll see if perhaps the places will be reversed tomorrow.
They possibly could. It's nice to have a little bit of a rivalry when we watch these guys moving forward. But, yeah, they've obviously got some talent. I saw one of the videos you guys put up. I saw it on YouTube, I believe. Rudy was talking about, why he claimed Shake 'em Loose. I think, doesn't he have a filly maybe?
He has a half-sister.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you kind of get fond of certain horses. And if you look back at that breeding, you see something, hey, we'll take a shot again. You might know some tricks, to the breeding. Sometimes there's quirks to horses, within the family, and guys pick up on it. But he's done a phenomenal job off the claim, and there's some other horses coming in, shipping in, that are going to make that race awfully competitive.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. And aside from that, of course, it's Easter weekend. We will not be racing on Sunday. We wish everyone a happy Easter, though, here from the Maryland Jockey Club. Let's have a look at the current track conditions. Keith already mentioned it. We will not be racing on the turf today. We're eagerly anticipating the return. It looks absolutely stunning, but we do have a fast main track to work with today.
we saw some bigger payouts yesterday, and the track, I couldn't get a real good feel of it. Some horses hugged the rail and went on. The first race, when you saw that long shot follow the rail favorite, Dilly favorite, well, maybe there's a little edge, and then you saw horses outside. The track was kind of a drying out track. I talked to our track super. They were applying some water, but it was a little breezy early, so those conditions have an impact. Sometimes horses, they just catch a surface, and to the naked eye looks like a normal fast track, and it's really not. And I think that's kind of how it was on yesterday's card. So don't give up on some of those horses. I don't want to say flopped yesterday, but just didn't seem to run their normal race.
Oh, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out today. Let's get going with the 10 race card here. First race of the day. Kickstart that early pick. 5 seekers, 1 turn, 1 mile. The distance here, maiden claimer. Straight 3-year-old maiden, 40 to 32,000. Similar horses we've used there, Keith. Let's start with Succeed, jumping from the rail here for trainer Norman Catch. He was a much improved second, I thought, last time out. Behind Vinny, went back on the main track, going 2 turns. Ended up having to go wide for both turns. We know that can take a little bit out of a horse, but he ran on despite that.
Yeah, we know Norman Cash likes to run his horses back quickly. This horse was under a drive while caught 4 wide from probably the far turn home. I know it was at least from the 3/8. He kept grinding. They took the blinkers off. Maybe that was the key. Going second time off the claim of the day, he finished in front of a horse that run credible numbers. Remembering Wilbur ran like a 62 and a 60 leading in. I think that race works. He can save some ground. Now let's hope he doesn't have to, get that wide trip. He shouldn't have it. Maybe save ground as much as he can. Maybe turning for home, try to get out mid-turn and make that run. But that was a good effort last time out. Very game.
I agreed, and at least he's got a lower draw, so like you said, hopefully not get hung wide here from that will draw. I highly doubt it, so I think it sets up much better for him today. Both of us used Centilio as well for trainer Tim Keith. He continued evenly last time out, as they're also going wide at the maiden special level over this exact distance. It's going to be his second time going this distance. We always expect a little bit of improvement, and also first time running as a gelding.
Yeah, they had this guy enter for I want to say 25 and in for a tag a week or two ago. Scratch. They're saying, no, we're going to protect now. First time geldings just said there's not a lot of speed, signed on for this race. You could even maybe see Acosta because, Succeed has shown some speed in the past to be more aggressive. Centilio's same thing, should be forward. So interesting here. Toledo should work out a very good trip from Orner just off the pace.
Yeah, so move on to race number 2, claiming 16 to 12,500, 6 furlongs the distance. Also a race for the 3-year-olds here. But we start that early pick 4 first. I see you spotted a single.
So I had to do a little adjustment on the fly, driving down the road, down Route 1, and I checked, and there was a late scratch on a horse I liked early in the second race. Actually, it was a stat we had. Now I had to regroup. 1, 2, 3, 5 to get you started. We're going to try to get through at least the first leg. We'll see. I thought the other day with Farrier's horse at 9-1, who I did not use, and gets it done. So we're four out of the 5 horses in here. Race 3, 2 deep with the 4 and the 5. Lady Mosler, a price play in there. Race 4, 1, 6, and 7. Really good group. Starter allowance for these fillies and mares, tightly matched. Wrap it up. I had to trim the ticket down, make it affordable. If you can go 2 deep in the 5th, go ahead. I'll single around Albertano. Needs a good break, but I like the form this horse has held over the last couple of months since that barn change on the go back. Now we're on off of a claim, second off a claim. I think this horse works. Is found the route to his liking. $12, not a real expensive ticket for that early pick 4.
No, that will hopefully get you a bit of return. You can put the money back if you win on the Stronach 5 coming up later today as well, race number 8. So let's talk about race number 2. I already mentioned the conditions. We're sprinting 6 furlongs. We'll start with your top selection, Golden Aviator. Haven't seen this now 3-year-old since December of last year. Gets down to the claiming 16 level. Look, this is the kind of distance he's been plying his trade over. Has shown a bit of speed. I was actually quite happy seeing him back to some of the early clip he's shown at the beginning of his career in his last race, but wasn't really able to see it out, weakened belatedly.
He was off the ticket, and he went right to the top. After the scratch of Stronger Than Dex, who I liked, is that prompting, the speed type. Golden Aviator, I think he is going to clear off. We saw this jockey-trainer combo scored a big price yesterday. How about lightning striking twice? Let's come right back. Yana Villa's good front-riding rider. Let's go to the front. Let's see how far we go. The LASIK comes back on. We're in light. Yeah, offers good value here because All for Love, the 3 is going to take a ton of play.
Yeah, no, All for Love is, in the end, now my top selections. I really like Stronger Than Dex as well, who you had, who is unfortunately not lining up today. Hopefully we'll see him again another time. For trainer Jerry Robb, steep drop for All for Love here from the claiming 40 level after 2 races without really landing a blow late like we've come accustomed to from this 3-year-old. He will enjoy facing an easier group and trying to get back to that winning form.
Agree. No doubt about it. No money down. The 5 are going to use in there. I think this horse is going to be better suited for a shorter distance, 5.5 to 6. Flo was kind of even last time. He just couldn't make that big punch. Shown it the 2 back and the 3 back race. World of Fools offers value as well. Just kind of hung wide and kind of protected late. It comes back. I think either one of those 2 back, 3 back races work for him. He's got some good races on the page. He's a stalking pounds candidate.
Yeah. I find World of Foods interesting because he was just outmatched on the day. That was actually a decent form race at that claiming 40 level because Jonas Round on Kern has been ultra consistent. Ran second yesterday, first level optional claimer as well. So that was much too tough for World of Fools, but that was a tough race. So him getting back to this level works to his advantage. As we move on to race number 3, 5.5 furlongs, that sprinting distance here for maidens, again $25,000 to $20,000. Fillies and mares, 3, 4, and 5 years old. We have a video spotlight, so might as well start with her. The number 4, Smart Yuli, for trainer Tim Keith. She actually fell back at the beginning of the race before kind of starting to roll on the outside. You're just seeing her make that move now. Heavy favorite Queen Cadence was the one to catch, but Smart Yuli was giving chase with all she had late.
Yeah, I like the move she made around the turn. She, really had the best part of the racetrack that day. A little better field, I think, both of her races. Look at who she comes out of against. Debut Sister Supreme, who had that upset score yesterday against much better. She's positional here. There is a little bit of speed to target. I think she's going to make a run into it. I definitely are going to have her in the exactest. A little flyer price play. You've got the horse pick 4th. But how about Lady Mosler? Just for the fact she hasn't shown a lot. still protecting her, and you see her half sister, the one horse, some is 9, trying to still break the maiden. So you don't usually see that, right? The sisters running against each other. We've got that here in the third. But Lady Mosler hit the gate last time, flashed a little speed wide, drop back, blinkers on, danger here. Cruz and Corrales hooked up with a price that just missed, got put up by a DQ the other day. I think Lady Mosler's an interesting price play as part of the pace.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Just couldn't really land a blow last time out, but that figure 2 starts back makes her competitive. Interesting on the cutback as well for training. Got a winner yesterday too, with the horse that actually didn't break as well, and then all of a sudden shot to the front. So definitely don't put Jose Corrales aside quickly. Look, I landed on Silver's Girl. She loves being on the lead. She wasn't able to get to the lead last time out. This time around, on paper, she looks like the speed of the speed. So I'm going with that.
Okay. Yeah, she's quick. I think I'm hoping, we're kind of battling picks here, that my horse is able to kind of force the issue and take over, but we shall see. We're on around the similar horses, but I'm using this 5 as the value play in here.
I like it. Race number 4 is a nickel start allowance for fillies and mares 3-year-old and up. 1 turn, 1 mile, the distance here. And we'll start, let's just start with your top selection. Acadian Girl for trainer Mikey Durales. She took the lead last time out going around the 2 turns here. Seemed like she might have just burnt herself up a little bit early. She was going quite zippy. Caught late by Tweet Away Robin, who's just an ultra game mare reopposing in here. Perhaps JD might be able to still get to the lead, but nurse her along a little bit.
Yeah, I think she is going to be able to nurse along. I don't think it is going to be as demanding today. I like when she took over, and we can go to the Brewery video too, because you're going to see it. I mean, Brewery video last time out as well. She took over and really kind of was within herself. But, just couldn't hold off Brewery, who had the setup. But she kept trying to the wire. So, yeah, Acadian Girl right back for me. She's holding form, very good form here for Mark Lapidus and Mike Durales.
Oh, let's have a look at the Brewery video that you were mentioning already. She did get the win there. And indeed, you were mentioning Acadian Girl up on the lead because that's what she likes to do. But instead of really folding, she is the type of runner, Acadian Girl, that keeps on trying. It's not like she throws the toys out of the pram once she gets headed. She'll fight you for it.
Yeah, she's kind of a filly earlier on, that it was, I want to say need to lead, but she hadn't shown this dimension, and now she's got it. But hey, you saw the internal. She had to work with a horse, Sammy Sunshine, who we know is a very capable starter allowance type mare. Okay. Watch the finish. Good. Brewery, though, over the top with a dramatic run here late. She really hasn't shown that in quite some time.
Where did it come from?
Yeah, where did it come from is the question. Can she duplicate it? We shall see. What was that jumping by her? 57 to an 81. Big.
Yeah, huge jump up. The first question mark I had is I don't think she can replicate that here, so I kind of go against her, use her in 4th. But look, it sets up for her again speed-wise here in race number 4. I want to quickly mention the number 3, Me Cleopatra, and I is going to be 2nd after having been claimed by red-hot trainer Anthony Ferrier. And look, she's a consistent sort. She had 4 back-to-back victories throughout the winter as well as the start of this year. She's proven that this mile distance here works for her. Can she get back to winning?
She's no surprise if she wins. No, she was all keyed up. I liked her last time. I played her at that price of 7-2, and they went early around the first turn and just dragging. She did not settle at all. She was too keyed up. Still gave effort in that video. Gave effort to mid-stretch with a slight fade. If she's able to kind of settle down a little bit, she'll draft into a perfect position. She should be tucked up right behind the pace setters turning for home.
Absolutely. I'll quick another word on Tweetaway Roman, because I have her as a bit of a price play in here. She is just ultra competitive. Gets back down now to that nickel starts allowance. Competed in open company allowance level over the same distance last time. I'd held her own very, very gamely. She's just a tough mare. She's a 5-year-old. Hugh McMahon has done a terrific job keeping her going the way she has. I expect another good run from her today.
Yeah, I do as well. Liked her last time. Miss Chesapeake, that was Brittany Russell, got it done. But we're lucky enough. We've got some good starter allowance type, that middle level, 8,000 up to 16, 20,000 fillies and mares around here. Dilly Dilly filly we saw yesterday. So good stuff.
No, those starter allowance races come up ultra competitive here. Got to love them. We'll take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with the latter half of the card. back to Laurel Park. Here we're on it. Race number 5 out of 10. Start of the Rainbow Pick 6 right here. The distance a mile and 1/8 around the 2 turns. It claiming 16 to 12,500. And you land on Albertano. I'm trying to beat Albertano with a horse that he actually bested last time, and Dr. Ferber. We'll start with Albertano though. He battled for the win after going wide. Very, very eager to the wire. Justified small step up in level.
Yeah, caught 3 and 4 wide early. That wasn't terrible. They weren't going terribly fast. 1-2 Kid was kind of a sharp horse coming in off of a big effort at Parks for Jamie Ness. This guy has figured it out going long. We talked about the improvement. It was 3rd off the claim. My bad. He is now 3rd off the claim for Pedro Nazario. I think he is probably to the lead or just off of it. Mile and 1/8 shouldn't be a stretch here. I think he works right there. Yep.
Yeah, I think that maybe Dr. Ferber is going to try and set the pace early on his inside. He's my top selection. First off the claim here with Rudy Sanchez-Solomon. No barn has been hitting higher than the Sanchez-Solomon barn at present. Red Hot apprentice rider Jaron Barbosa takes off a couple of pounds as well. I think that's going to help. Was outfinished by Albertano last time out, but wasn't as forwardly placed as I'd liked him to have been. I think he should have perhaps taken over like you said, the bit in the middle. They weren't going that fast. It just was a little bit of a tricky race to get a hold of. I think it didn't work out in Dr. Ferber's favor. I think he can do better today.
And that was a little tougher. You try to make that move inside of maybe a little bit better horse into a slower pace, and that other one just had the advantage, so he was able to quicken. And that maybe, I don't want to say terribly discouraged Dr. Ferber, but it made him a little uncomfortable when he had to fade just a little bit off of that.
Yeah, it wasn't really setting up for him, like you highlight. I thought Albertano did very well making the move at the time that he did. Carl Cedino was on board that day. I think Jaron Barbosa is going to be a bit more aggressive on him. I'd hope, at least. So we'll see where he'll be placed early.
Looking at the field, I mean, there's nobody. Made the journey on the pass is shown. I think he'll drop in. My little price user for me for Corrales. I think he'll drop in behind and make a progression up to it. But I would think the 1 and the 2 emerge out of that first turn into the backstretch 1-2. I would think.
Yeah, I think so as well. Both of us also Jack came back. Ran well in his first outing for the Bentley Barn. He came with a try after also a bit of a slower early quarter. I think the flow here is going to be more honest for him. Yeah,
I think he'll be fine. I mean, he just has to kind of run close to what he's been running. Will he do it, though? Second off of a barn, a high percentage barn. That's my biggest concern there for Jack Gaveback.
Yeah, as we move on to race number 6, optional claim start allowance here. 5.5 furlongs will be on the main track today. No turf racing as of yet, but we'll start actually with my late pick 5 ticket before I forget. I used a couple of horses here in the first leg. I used the 2, the 6, and the 10. As you can see, I've not been able to land a single go a bit tighter in some of the other races. Race number 7, I go 3 deep using the 1, the 2, and the 6. Foggy Dreams very sharp from the inside, but I used the number 6, Darius Angel, perhaps for Gary Contessa being able to just lay off and then make a move into it. Race number 8, I actually ended up only using 2 horses. That was made in special weight. We're also coming off the turf. We're on the main track here. I really feel like it's either going to be the number 6, Fly Me Home, who was very decent on the main track on debut for trainer Michael Stidham at a competitive fairgrounds, or the number 10 here towards the outside, Hollywood Walk as well for trainer Michael Trombetta, who I know you have a stat on too. 2 other than level for race number 9, 3 deep here. That's a good race. Proper attire, the number 1 behind the couch, number 3, and then number 4, Buff My Boots for John Salzman Jr. coming out of that tough wide country, as well as the extra heater. Bit of stakes class filly in there. And then race number 10, the finale. Hopefully we're still alive for the $54 tickets. I used the 3 and the number 6 in there, and hopefully snatch some prices along the way. Race number 6, let's start with this sprinting event here that is now off the turf, as we highlighted. Optional claim and start allowance for the ladies. That we do have a video spotlight on Bachi. Don't know if you still would like to have a look at it. I do believe that was on the turf, but look, she's been plying her trade successfully on both surfaces.
Yeah, she might be a little bit better. I think a little faster, all in all, on the turf. But take nothing away from her, she can handle either surface. She's shown the ability to be on the lead or just off of it. You see her here making this run into it, kind of got caught behind the duel, but churning on to the wire. She's sharp.
Going with them.
Yeah, and she was pretty sharp last time. Got away with a little bit of a soft half mile, Now into the barn of Jamie Ness. First off the claim, we've had these guys going kind of back and forth claiming, but Bocce freshened up. I know they were probably really targeting this, but this, you know what? She's probably good right now, and she's going to be right with this pace flow a long way.
Yeah, no, I thought that I had to use her as well because of the fact that she's been gearing up for this now. First via the claim, like you highlighted, she just seems to be moving forwardly in the morning work, during the morning works as well. Your top selection in here is the number 2, Little Miss Scarlet. She's a main track only entrance, so this is exactly what the Claudia Gonzalez barn hoped would happen. Last time going short, she couldn't get out in time, had some traffic issues, was stopped in her tracks. She returned with a winning effort over 7 furlongs. Marine Loves Frank next out winner as well behind her. I like her cutting back in this spot.
Yeah, and she's that over-the-top kind of a horse in here. You're going to have plenty going out close to the pace, and she showed it last time, sat behind the horse, moved 4 wide with a big run. I didn't see that sharp of a run coming. Look at her record now at Laurel, 5 for 6. One was via DQ, but hard to deny that. I think she's going to be, look at her chops probably was a turn for home.
Yeah, no, she loves it here. I ended up using Decoupage on top, also a main track only entry for trainer Michael Gorm. She's a very fast mare. She was able to stretch out a speed going 7 furlongs around the sharp Charlestown turns. I think that the turn back to 5.5 furlong is going to be no problem for her. She jumps from gate 7 with a couple of the scratches on her inside. We like a bit of outside speed. I think this could work.
Yeah, she looks like maybe she's been a little bit of a more of a need-to-lead type of late. This group, from a class perspective, probably hits her just right. So if she gets involved, she could stay around. A little bit of a flyer shot for maybe to just kind of catch a piece is the 4, My Lovely Girl from Charlestown. I know freshened up. Wasn't terribly, embarrassed in a try at Laurel in the go-back. I think she just falls into a really good trip. Ran some good numbers up at Charlestown. They get some okay fields. Yes. Just need a patient ride by the rider, save some ground. I think she'll just roll right up to him. Not saying she's going to win it, but I think she can hit that exact or try.
Yeah, I used her underneath as well at a bit of a price. I think she can get a share of the prize, but I wouldn't see her winning. Right. But I definitely feel like she can come up and snatch a piece there. Race number 7 is a 2 other than optional claimer for fillies and 3-year-old and up. 1 turn, 1 mile the distance again. And we'll start with your top selection. Foggy Dreams coming in here off the rail for trainer Rudy Sanchez-Solomon. First start of the season. She has a lot of early gate speed. Not sure she'll be fast. I'm not sure who will be fast enough to pressure early, to be quite honest.
That's the key. I looked at this race, and I've got some of these, fillies and mares that kind of stalk, but they're up closer to slower paces, and it's just a grind. Foggy Dreams is fresh. You got a trainer that's on a roll. She's shown the ability to get the route of ground. She gets in with Barbosa, gets in light. Let's go. Let's go to the front. Maybe the track's going to have to help carry her a little bit. Let's hope it's favoring a little bit more speed and inside than not, but I'll take her as far as she can go. That's not.
That's
I know one thing.
Is she going to be able to take them all the way?
Why not? Barbosa, Solomon. I don't see why not. The road's going through her. I'll take the shot.
Yeah, I used Darius Angel from the outside draw. She's trying to regain some of her form from last year in New York, where she showed an abundance of early pace as well. Switched hands plenty of times. She was quite popular at the claiming box. Perhaps she's now found her routine with Gary Contessa. She comes back to Laurel. I thought she ran a good third, 71 buyer that holds up 2 starts back. I think she can get that stalking trip and hopefully pounce and make a move.
Yeah, her and the 2 Misty Taste, they've kind of faced each other up in Jersey, taking turns beating each other. I do think Darius Angel is going to be a shorter price than Misty Taste. Misty Taste has run well, though, 3rd off the break. Now, that was back earlier off the claim, coming back. So Claudio's had her for a while, but looking to kind of regain that form. She's got an 87-74 on the page. She comes close to a 70. She'll be right there at the wire because that's what it's going to take to win this race.
Yeah, competitive field in race number 7. Race 8 is a maiden special 8. Again, we are on the main track here, so 5.5 fellows sprinting on the main track. 4 fillies, mares 3, 4, and 5 years old. And let's start with your top selection here, the number 10. Do you believe that we also have a stab for Hollywood Walk as well? Michael Trombetta. Bit of a layoff coming in here, 256 days. But look, turf to dirt, second career start. Seems to be Michael Trombetta's forte.
Yeah, it's interesting that this horse took that much play at Colonial last summer, back early August. Bet down to 5-2 in an 8-horse field. Lone sibling, really didn't run fast, ran a 31. Mare, though, 5 for 13 on the dirt. Here's the stat that I like. Trombe, 6 for 15, turf to dirt second career start. Now I got a little assist with this taken off, but he stays on the turf. And here's another thing, put your in your pipe and smoke it. Trombetta 7 for 24, 29% with these maiden races that stay. Yeah, I mean that he keeps on the main track when they go from turf to dirt. Sorry, I didn't confuse you, but when he stays here, when these races moving off the turf, pay attention. And listen, you're going to get a little bit better price because the money's just going to kind of come in here on the Stidham horse, maybe a Shara. But
most likely.
Hollywood Walk might be an all or nothing type, but I expect her to run good.
I have her in my exact. I did go with the Michael Stidham trainee, the number 6 Fly Me Home. She was there early on her debut at Fairgrounds, competitive maiden special weights down there. Hung on for a third. I thought it was a solid career debut. She's a half sister to a pretty fast run in Esmos. Now that's a bit more of a turf angle that I was looking for her there, but Fly Me Home, if she runs anything like she did on her debut, perhaps just a touch better even, I think she's very, very live here. That was an honest opening quarter that she put up.
It was. Speed was carrying pretty good down there at the Fairgrounds. Inside we talked about was always solid. Comes back north and has a good work leading into this. And we got some really good chart callers, A lot of guys, Equibase, what do you guys do? Well, we got some sharp guys.
Pay attention.
And
That's
they
what
do.
you're
You
doing.
got to. Bill and I, no doubt. Our guys at the Fairgrounds are good. And I read that long comment, a little reluctant to load. So maybe the actions pre-race just took enough steam out of this one where she just couldn't last the trip down at the Fairgrounds. But she should be certainly very tough in here this afternoon.
And how about the number 12, Ashar for Calderon on the outside? Is going to be her second start after a lengthy layoff for the now 5-year-old mare. I did think she showed a good bit of willingness early before just having to throw in the towel, but she got figures on the go back that make her interesting.
And look at the date, March the 20th. You did not want to be inside. Where was she? Battling through okay fractions, faltering. Moves outside, positional speed. Yeah, she'll last longer this afternoon.
Race number 9 of the 2 other than optional claim for fillies mares 3-year-old and up, 5.5 furlongs the distance this time around. We might as well start with a video spotlight. She's in your exact average in third, behind the couch for trainer John Saltzman. She was actually quite keen early. I was looking at the beginning of her race. Dennis looked like he was taking a strong hold there for a sec. Now, when allowed, she started to dutifully made her way up there, ears pinned back. The way she was running here, she was not letting anyone best her up there.
I mean, she's just pretty honest, and she really impressed me this day. Yeah, she was on the better part of the surface out there. Laurel is a good rider in these sprints, when he's got to kind of rein in a little bit of speed and then just kind of make that move at the right time.
That's exactly what he did.
Yeah, and he's got that speed to target this afternoon. Salzman's got a couple horses near senior and junior. Behind the couch, I think will be ready to strike behind this speed.
Yeah, you use proper attire from the rail as your top pick here. She's very, very sharp early. She won 2 in a row already this year. She just got a little bit leg weary over 7 furlong last time out. 5.5 furlong should work in her favor.
Yeah, Jock almost fell off last time. Did a great job to keep his balance and stay on a cleaner break. She's fast. Run up is quick. I think proper attire's a little faster. I think she can clear off and go.
Yeah, no, I use her in second. I think Buff My Boots getting some class relief. John Salzman Jr. trained wide country last time. Look, she's been knocking heads with Luna Bell. Now, we know that Luna Bell is one of the most talented 3-year-old fillies we have on the scene here, looking for a 5th stakes win in a row in the Weber City Miss tomorrow. So hoping to see her in the Black-Eyed Season. But Buff My Boots is getting back down to a group that I feel like she's capable of besting. Gets down to the 5.5 furlong. I don't think that's a problem. She won the Maryland Million last year as a 2-year-old, going 6 furlong. So I'm taking just a bit, of the class that I feel that she has to best these.
I agree with you. She's third Lasix. She shortens up just a touch. Yeah, she's not good. No need to try to go with these 2 horses on the inside, the 1 and the 2. Just kind of follow her behind the couch there. Those 2 might run as a team from just off of it.
Look, in the team of John Salzman Jr., J.D. Acosta, they've had a couple of stakes wins already over the last half year or so. So I have faith that they can get the job done again here. Last race on the card is a maiden claiming $10,000 to $8,000 event, mile and 16. The distance here for 3, 4, and 5-year-olds. Start with your top selection. Oro Gree for trainer Robin Graham. Blinkers go on. He really does have to start doing a bit more running again, because in his last couple, just outsped early, struggled to go with them. Look, sticks around the mile 16. I think that's in his favor because he doesn't have the earliest of pace. But in my books, does have to run a little bit better. So hence I use him underneath.
Agreed. I'm just looking. I'm upset with Uncle Jerome. You know, he disappointed last time. He was what? He was a short price. I thought he'd get that done without much trouble. He didn't. Life and death to hold on.
He put you off.
Yes. So looking elsewhere, and we talk about when we get to this point of the day and you're down 300 and you need to get out. No, you got to look for a little bit of a price. So there it is. Orgers. We saw Robin Graham have a horse yesterday at a big price, big improvement. This horse is only run on a fast track one time. Numbers not that off. Drops in class. Blinkers go on. Sure. We've got a bug rider. There's positives there, and drawing inside at a mile and 16. Why not? Texas Tower, I'll let you talk about that one as you see the barn change.
Yeah, no, with Claudio Gonzalez, we know what Claudio Gonzalez loves to do, give them a bit of work in between to have a look what we have, drops him in for the 8,000 in here. Lasix goes on. We have Hot Rider coming up as well with some weight taken off.
Yep.
You got to pay attention when Claudio gets a new horse in the barn and he drops him down to the lowest level here, and there's a couple of changes going on. You don't want to get bested.
Yeah, and I've got this guy lined at 8, I think, 8-1. Yeah.
Let me have a look.
So yeah. Then maybe I should have him a little. That
I
first
don't
race,
have the prices
was
on
30
mine.
was 33-1, I believe, in debut. No play, 36-1, beaten 30. You still should hold a little bit of value based off of that line. I know it's the barn change. You have to take that into consideration.
Didn't have a good start either.
But yeah, I don't know if I could take anything less than 5 or 9-2, even with the barn change. I want a little bit more value in here. But yeah, and going back to the 2, breeding suggests long as well. The mother, I mean, she was multiple winner going long. Yep.
Yeah, no, I use him. I use him in my exact, just eye-catching barn change, and a horse that a couple of works in him. See what we've got with him. Uncle Jerome is the horse I landed on. I know he was the bean favorite last time out. Only got bested by half a length. Made up a ton of ground over that 1-turn mile. Here's gotta have to lay closer going the 2-turn. But look, his last 2 races would be good enough to get the job done here.
Agreed.
Drops down back to that maiden 10 level. Let's hope this time we get the picture taken.
Agreed. He should be laying a lot closer, I would think, today. The numbers work, a good barn. So, yeah, probably of the horses that have run, looks like your most likely winner. But as we know, that goes out the window a lot. So, we'll see.
We'll move on to lightning round. Plenty to discuss. Yeah, let's have a look at the current jockey standings here. Look who is atop. Jaron Barbosa really making his mark. We see him win a race nearly every single day. Of course, in the second day riding here at Laurel, came onto the scene with a double, and all of a sudden we were all paying attention to this young but talented rider who's now made Laurel Park his home.
Yeah, I think the guys that have been here, it's like, listen, they've been battling, working hard all these years, year in and year out, and then you see these new faces come in with some talent. It's trouble. I think it's going to be the bugs. The bug show a little bit for a while here. We've got some talent. They get the weight advantage. You've got a lot of these trainers, high percentage trainers. So they're going to land on a good horse almost every race. Barbosa, now Velo, even McClellan, on down the line of Villages we're seeing. So, yeah, they're going to make an impact.
Yeah, and William Humphrey with the first win on the scene yesterday. So our apprentice jockeys are certainly making life harder for those journeyman riders here. But look, title defender Jevian Toledo not too far behind either. So we'll have a look at the current trainers standings as well. Always a super tight race. Jamie Ness atop right now with 6 wins, and he's currently hitting at 40% or so. I was having a look. I mean, that is a high strike rate. Let's see if he can continue.
There's a trainer, and he's hitting at a good rate all over, more than likely. I mean, to hold the 40% right now, yeah. He's had a good run here of late. Brittany Russell, you know what? She's got the stock, and she knows what to do with it, how to place it. How about the horse yesterday? He got it. I'm taking the chart from Bill, and they hit the top of the stretch, and her horse is 8-5. Now, granted, I had the horse lined at 3-5 on the turf. Still, I thought you were going to get nothing out of that, and I'm not just. I don't love 8-5, but when you get a trainer like that against that field, man, that was generous.
Yeah. Jamie Ness with a double yesterday as well, taking the opener as well as race number 4 with It's Game Time. Stronach 5 Like I usually say, happy Stronach 5 Friday. This is actually your last chance to play the finale. We are sandwiching in this sequence. We kick it off here at race number 8 and then send it over to our friends at Gulfstream Park for race number 8. Then we go on to the West Coast Santony Park race 3, Golden Gate Fields race 3. Then we close things off with our nightcap race number 10. Always an incredibly popular wager, 12% industry low takeout. Of course, you have to have the knowledge of all those different Stronach tracks involved, but it's been an absolute tremendous sequence, and it's paid out the bettors every single week.
Is that a good run? No doubt about it. I'm sure we'll bring back something maybe even better. We'll see. But man, hard to knock. What the payouts were on this bet. They were phenomenal.
Absolutely. So yeah, your chance to play in the Stronach 5 finale, starting in race number 8 for us here off the track of Thoroughbreds, as we do have our Spring Stakes Festival coming up next week. Wanted to highlight some of the horses that have done very well in their second careers. Henry S. Clark Stakes, 3rd and 5th. Flash Phelps, look how good he is looking there. Retired Racehorse Project. Look, he looks like a dressage horse.
I'm telling you.
What a wonderful horse. And of course, the fact that horses move on to their second career to do so well. He was trained by Rodney Jenkins. This is what you want to see, right? And then also we have Talk Show Man for trainer Hamilton Smith as well. He actually won the Henry Clark Stakes in 2015, ran it in 2017 and 2019 as well. And look, another one looking like he's enjoying his second career.
No doubt about it. They were two classy horses. I know both made over 400,000. Well maintained by both their conditioners. Rodney Jenkins and Hammy Smith, and all these horses, the effort that they give, they deserve the treatment after the show. Take it on to another. Some of them just pick up another talent, do some other things. It's great, but good to see. I really like both of those horses.
Yeah, can be more happy for them in those second careers after being very, very successful racehorses. Like you highlighted, both had earned over $400,000 throughout their careers. They could run, for sure. Yep. Lastly, I'm in the hot seat this Saturday, Federico Tessio Stakes. They beat the expert. You can go to laurelpark.com/race-info/beat expert and put in your picks and see if you do fare better than me throughout that loaded card that is coming your way tomorrow. In the meantime, you have 10 live races starting at 12:40 p.m. here. Do join us for this gorgeous day. The sun is out. It seems to be lovely, and otherwise we'd be happy to have you join us from wherever you are and just follow the action.
Great day. Best of luck to everybody. Have a good day.